Tonight, the FBI is stepping up its efforts to counter the shocking surge in attacks on Asian Americans. They've skyrocketed in the past year as some falsely blame Asians for the pandemic.
Racist attacks against Asian Americans.
The Asian American community has been faced with effectively two pandemics. The first is the COVID-19 pandemic, but the second pandemic that we have faced is also a virus. It's a virus of racism that we have faced.
Thinking was I of the newest scare that was stolen away people's dare, the deadly virus COVID-19, for which we may soon find a vaccine. But doubt I've of racism virus, that has been one of the most vicious. Nor is there a vaccine known to fight, nor may one sooner come fair light.
From March 19, 2020 to December 31st, 2021, a total of 10,905 hate incidents against Asian American and Pacific Islander persons were reported to stop AAPI hate.
Every disease that ever came from China, homie. It's a f***ing disgusting. Fucking Asian is shit.
Oh my god. Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in.
Okay, race.
Welcome to Oregon. Maybe you should go back to Philippines where you belong.
According to the Stop AAPI hate data, verbal harassment continues to make up the biggest share of total incidents reported. Physical assault comprises the second largest category of total reported incidents, followed by the deliberate avoidance of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. A majority of the incidents take place in spaces open to the public.
This surveillance footage shows a 71-year-old Asian grandmother violently shoved to the ground, her purse stolen. Just one of several attacks in California's Bay Area recently. A 91-year-old man pushed in Oakland's Chinatown, one of 3 attacks that day.
We knew that anti-Asian racism was going to emerge in really explicit forms again. And I think there was a lot of a general anxiety and apprehension about being out in public spaces. I stopped taking walks in the neighborhood, very, very mindful about my mom who lives with us, and really kind of being vigilant about where she was, making sure that we always kept tabs on her. You know, of course, it wasn't just about protecting her from contracting the virus, but also, you know, potentially being victimized, because there is that element in this community, a very, very visible kind of right wing that does exist in this community. And so I was very hyper aware.
A whopping 38% of these hate incidents are occurring in California, 15% in New York, with Washington and Texas not far behind.
It really started hitting close to home because my cousin was attacked. She was driving and this lady ran her off the road, and the lady got out of the car and punched my cousin in the face. And nothing has happened. They've called the police, you know, multiple times, and they haven't moved forward in their investigation. And it's like, she handed you everything. She served it on a nice platter to you, and nothing has happened.
Why are we going through this over and over again? You know, being blamed for stuff. And it's because we're the others. We're the others. We'll always be the others. Me and my yellow face is always going to be foreign. It doesn't matter that I'm 4th generation.
According to the University of Utah study, anti-Asian tweets increased across the United States during the first year of the pandemic. The study found that anti-Asian hate language surged between January and March 2020 in the United States. It identified 2 indicators of the spikes. The first at the end of January when COVID-19 came to the US, and the second in mid-March when Donald Trump called the virus
Kung flu. I can name 19 different versions of them.
Some people call it the Chinese flu, the China flu, right? They call it the China as opposed to the China. It's got all different names. Wuhan. Wuhan was catching on. Coronavirus, right? Kung flu, yeah. Kung flu.